All right. All right. We are here. What's going on, guys? We're here. We're live right now. Let me let everybody know that we're live right now. How y'all doing? We're pretty much on time. We're 5 minutes late. But we're here nonetheless. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. We are here. A lot of good stuff we're going to be chopping up tonight on the broadcast tonight. Let me pause that a little bit. Let me let everybody know on the gram that we're watching it. Everybody come on in the room. I'm going to give everybody a chance to come on in the room while I start doing my social media thing, letting everybody know on social media that we're here while y'all piling on in the room. And when you pile on in the room, family, hit that thumbs up button. Hit that like button. I need y'all to hit that like button when you come on in the room. Let me take that down. Boom, boom. All right. I'm just letting the social media folks know that I am live right now, and we're going to chop up some good convo, as we always do, ladies and gentlemen. Hit that thumbs up button, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you have not subscribed, ladies and gentlemen. Let me do this on Twitter. Live right now. All right. Letting the folks know on Twitter that I'm live. And then when I do Facebook, we'll really be good to go. I hope you guys had a great week. I hope you guys are being very safe out here in these streets right now. A lot of stuff is going on around the country. A lot of stuff is going on right now. Bam, let me do that. Okay. Boom. Got it. All right. So how y'all doing, man? Let me look up in this chat room and see how everybody's doing. Everybody come on in here. We're about to be in here heavy. Shout out to the Foundation of Black American Families. Shout out to the family in the diaspora. Oh man, what's going on with it? Things are pretty cool so far. Right now, I saw some footage out there in D.C. My sister Jade sent me some footage. You know, they got military helicopters. They got the National Guard really heavy surrounding the White House. They got perimeters where people can't even really get that close to the White House. Yeah. At different Capitol buildings and state buildings, you know, they got some presence of the National Guard and all that stuff. But understand that a lot of these white supremacists, they are still getting treated with kid gloves. A lot of the people that stormed the Capitol, they are still giving these guys the baby treatment. The one guy who stole Pelosi's mantle and was taking pictures with it, he's down there in Florida. That dude, they let him out on $25,000 on a $25,000 bond, and his excuse was, well, I'm a stay-at-home dad, and I need to be at home with the kids. So the judge was sympathetic and let him out. Well, he wasn't thinking about that when he was storming the damn Capitol. Who was watching the kids when he was storming the Capitol? You see? They're continuing to give these people slaps on the wrist. Shout out to South Central Los Angeles. Baked Alaska did finally get arrested because people were questioning why this guy was not getting arrested. I don't know what the charges were on the guy, though. Again, they keep making it seem like he got arrested for what happened at the Capitol building, but he already had like a warrant for some little jive-ass charge where he got into a scuffle at a bar at a club or something. So we don't know what exactly Baked Alaska got charged with. But listen, I told people last week that the feds and the law enforcement, the National Guard, and all these people, even though it was a almost predominantly white supremacist attack on the Capitol building, even though the danger is a 100% white supremacist danger. I told people that half of the law enforcement agencies, they're going to be targeting black people. That's going to be used to come after us. Now, family, the feds have been going around questioning random black people, black activists. The feds have been going around questioning black activists. There was a brother down there in Birmingham, Alabama. Shout out to Birmingham. This brother here, he got a call from the FBI, and some people are saying the FBI will visit you, not call you. No, the FBI will call you. They've called me before. They'll email you. No, Homeland Security emailed me because they were bootlegging one of my Hidden Colors films. So the feds called. Well, they emailed me one time, asking me if I knew anything about the big ass. It was a big shipment of my DVDs coming from China. They're asking me, do I know anything about it? I'm like, hell the fuck, no, I don't know anything about it. Who's shipping over large quantities of my damn movies from China? Oh, we'll get back with you. Well, okay. So and I still got the email of that. They're doing massive bootlegs of my movies. And I've been called by them, and I've been emailed by them, I've been visited by them. So they'll call you, email, visit, they'll do whatever. They'll do whatever. They'll get at you or holler at you whenever, however. They will. They will. Karima, they called you before it had to do with your ex? Okay, yeah. Yeah, they'll contact you however. Don't act like they ain't got no phone. Yeah, they'll contact you. It's nothing for them to call you. It's nothing for them to call you. They will call you. Yes, they will. Yeah? So, they called a brother down in Birmingham. They called this brother. Now, let me play some of that. Hold on. Where's my volume? Hold on, let me go back.
I can't hear you. If you guys are recording the call, or whatever you guys are doing at the FBI, I don't know what you guys just called me. I'm out of my day. You guys just called me asking about a riot, but you all know that black people ain't even down there at the riot. So you guys need to be trying to find those folk who have done something to the United States government instead of giving me a call. But continue on with your ridiculous questioning. Since I guess I'm being questioned.
Hey, Carlos, it would help us if we could just get the questions in, the next because you're right. Appreciate you answering the question.
It's kind of hard to hear the phone call.
Do you have any information you can provide us with anything you know about the things of the event? Right?
Okay, all right, so it's kind of hard to hear.
Your phone is low. I can barely hear you.
Okay.
I can't hear you.
But y'all get the point. Y'all get the point. Okay, I'm just giving you the point. That they've been out here, and I told people this was going to happen. They're going to be targeting black activists. They're going to be targeting black activists. They're going to be watching black people. Because with the white supremacists and all these people, there's a lot of chaos between them two, one group of white supremacists and another group. There's a lot of chaos. They don't want black people to take advantage of the chaos. You see? Here's another one. This one was in Jersey where they actually showed up to the brother's house. This is another one. Shout out to my sister Jade. She sent me the link to this one.
Can you say what the day is? Yeah, Jerry.
Hold on one second. Hold on. Wait. Let me put this up. This was a brother up there in Jersey.
Can you say what the day is?
Yeah, Jerry.
January 15th, I have the FBI.
12:30 p.m.
12:30 p.m. My name is Shaka Zulu, the chairman of the New York Black Panther Party. I have the FBI at my residence questioning me today about the events in Washington, D.C., right?
That's right.
So this is the FBI right here. Can you just identify yourself one by one?
Yeah. So, okay. So especially to Mike Hoop from the FBI. All right. So we're good here. We get that on record and everything like that.
All right, just can you introduce yourself?
Detective Sergeant First Class, New Jersey State Police.
Okay.
Detective Sergeant Hugo Rivera, New Jersey State Police.
Okay.
We're good here? Alright. All we want to know is that we know back in September you gave a statement on Facebook that got published in the New York Post. About 7 guys who identified themselves as the New African Black Panther Party. You said that they don't represent what your group represents, which I completely believe. You call them 7 privileged comrades. Now, what happened down in the Capitol, right, was a lot of people who are probably along that same line of thinking that infiltrated some of the groups down there and were causing problems.
Well, let me be clear, because I don't want to go long with this. Let me be clear and say that the New African Black Panther Party did not partake in, will not partake in any activities in Washington, D.C. We do not support the Proud Brothers, the reactionary white wings, nor are we a fan of Donald Trump. So I want to be on record. This is the FBI questioning Shaka Zulu. We do not and will not participate in any events down there. And so that's on the record. And I will have to end this conversation here without my lawyer being present.
That's all I want to hear.
That's it, man.
All right?
All power to the people.
Hey, it's nice meeting you. Take care, man.
All right.
Have a great day, all right?
Okay, yeah. So this is what's happening, man. I knew this was going to happen. Yeah, they're giving these white supremacist passes. They're out here interrogating black folks who was not even there. They're out here questioning black people who weren't even there. This is an intimidation tactic. This is an intimidation tactic to say, hey, look, Negroes, we're watching you. My man RZA said they done visited him 3 times. I know they visited Zoe Williams. You know, when the whole Michael Johnson thing went down and Gavin Long. So they do stuff like that to say to us, hey, don't you get any bright ideas, Negroes, when all of this chaos is going on, because we're watching you. We're watching you. That's their way of saying we're watching you. You see? They start asking you about groups. See, this is why black folks doing the group thing is pointless. Your group is going to get infiltrated. Your code can't get infiltrated. All you got to do is be on code. Because see, they already look at us as a group, a big black group. Yeah? See, they cannot infiltrate the code. But the minute you start saying that you're a group, you're automatically on a list. When you start claiming to be a part of some type of group, you're on a list. And they're going to go out of their way to try to undermine you, infiltrate you, or RICO statute you. Yeah? So we got to understand the game out here. And my dude did a great thing. He was like, I'll talk you through my lawyer. He should not have had him in the house, period. They should not have even gotten that far in the house. But again, this is where we are. They're giving the white supremacists a pass, but they're looking at us. See, they're not going to really punish these white supremacists because, see, they don't want to be too hard on the white supremacists. They're having a little lightweight civil war right now, but the civil war is all about how to treat us, ladies and gentlemen. That's what the civil war is about. The civil war is all about how to treat us. The white supremacists want to use more heavy-handed tactics. The right-wing white supremacists. The left-wing want to be more, systematic with what they do. They want to be more covert. Again, they want to use vaccines. They want to use mind propaganda. They want to use the prioritizing of immigrant groups. And that's the theme of today's broadcast, the prioritizing of the undermining of FBA. You see, the Democrats, the left wing, they are going hard body with prioritizing these tethers and foreigners to dump on top of us to undermine us. We got to be ultra sensitive to that, family. This is something that we got to be ultra sensitive to. And there's many ways that they do it, and there's many reasons why they do it. Number one, the whole thing is to undermine us. Also, they'll use the black tethers to undermine our history and our historic heroes. You understand? We're going to talk about the non-black foreigners that they're flooding us with. We'll get on them. But we got to understand the other black non-FBA ones. That's a problem too. When you look at television shows and movies, and we've been pointing this out for a long time, we see that they keep getting these non-FBA immigrants to portray the black experience, like with the show Insecure, for example. And by the way, the show Insecure, this is going to be their last season. They're filming their 5th and final season. After this season, they're not going to be any more. And I can understand the last season of the show was very dry. The last season of the show was extremely dry. They ran their course. They ran their course, but that show was full of non-FBA immigrants trying to portray the black experience here, the foundational black American experience, trying to represent us. And usually it's done through little stereotypical little ways. Yeah, that whole cast is basically non-FBA. Yeah, but it fell off because, there's a lot of people, when they portray us, there's always a stereotypical vibe to it. If the soul isn't there, if the spirit isn't there, if the energy isn't there, it eventually teeters out. You know what I'm saying? See, other people are sensitive when people who are not from their lineage portray them. They're sensitive about that because they understand that there's an energy that you gotta have. Just like with the Fred Hampton story. They're very deliberate about having these non-FBA people play our heroes. They don't want our heroes to have that same spirit, to have that same energy. And we see that translate on screen. Family, when you watch movies, understand movies are propaganda. I'm a filmmaker and my movies send messages. And I'm not going to big myself up, but I'm going to big myself up. The reason why my movies, be it independent films, has made such an impact globally, and they were so successful, is because the spirit was there. You understand? The spirit and the soul of my films is there. When you see the people teaching you, the people talking to you, you feel the spirit and the soul of the people. You feel the fearlessness of us giving you this game. Even when I did 1804, I am not Haitian. I have respect for Haitian culture. What I did, I got actual Haitian scholars to be in the film and explain that part of the history. That's why you can feel that part of the game. Biana Bello, beautiful sister down there who's the preeminent scholar on Haitian history. Ezeli Dando, great scholar. My brother Wyclef, great scholar on the history of Haiti. He's a Haitian brother. That energy was there. Even when we were doing the reenactment scenes, we had Haitian brothers as actors doing the reenactment scenes. So the energy of that movement was there. That's very important. That's very important. I wouldn't do a film about somebody else's culture without having them really participate and explain their culture. I showed respect to Haitian culture. That's why that movie was so successful. A lot of these folks portray us. They'll have certain affectations down, but they just don't have the soul. The spirit ain't there. You understand? Just like with that Harriet movie. We talked about that before. Cynthia Erivo is a good actress. She's a very talented sister. I'll give her her props. That movie it was really a flop. Black folks weren't really rocking with that movie. that movie didn't really hit like it was supposed to because the spirit of it wasn't there. You can do all the little nuances and you can do all the technicalities of acting and all that, but if the soul, the spirit of it ain't there, people are not going to connect to it, man. The spirit and the soul has to be there. We got to feel your spirit. When I do films, and this is something that I tell people that I put in my films, one thing I never allow, when you watch any of my films, one thing you never see people reading. And sometimes I get people who are scholars and they want to be on point and they want to have a certain quote right and exact. And what they'll do, they'll pick up a piece of paper or pick up a book and start reading a book. And I tell them, don't do that because I'm going to cut it out the movie. I'm not going to show you reading. When people go to a movie theater to see a film, they are not to go see, they don't want to see somebody reading because reading is cold and technical. They want to feel your experience. They want to see history and feel history filtered through your experience. So we want to hear the history in your words. That's what's going to resonate to people. That's going to be the thing that people connect to. Your interpretation and your filtering of history through your experience. People are going to connect to that. I'd never let people read in my films. Just kind of paraphrase if you need to, but people need to feel your energy. People go to feel your spirit. People go to feel your emotion. That's very important. The spirit and the emotion has to be right. Now, family, people are talking about this movie. I'm bringing it to this. One Night in Miami. It's about, I think it's a fictional account of Malcolm X, Jim Brown, Sam Cooke, and Muhammad Ali all chopping it up one night in Miami. Okay? Now, let me say this about this film. I saw some people online kind of giving it props or whatever. I got through half of it. I didn't watch the whole thing. I got through half of it. I kind of fell asleep. It was late, but I got through half of it. And family, my problem with this film, it was a lot of problematic things in this film. There were some things that was problematic in the film. Now, one thing I give props to my dude who played Jim Brown. He was real good as Jim Brown. He was very good as Jim Brown. My man who did Muhammad Ali, who was playing Muhammad Ali, he was pretty good. The dude who was playing Sam Cooke was pretty cool too. Yeah, it was a fictional thing, but I got some problems with it. Now, Regina King, the actress, black actress, they had her directed, so she's the face of it, okay? But I want y'all to understand, this went through Amazon Studios, and with films like this, they get little memos on what to say, what not to say. Yeah, it was fictional. It's a Regina King film technically, but let me tell you something. One of the things that I didn't like when they had the Malcolm X scene and all this, they had some scenes in there where they were dissing the Nation of Islam, dissing Elijah Muhammad, dissing Minister Farrakhan, and I didn't like that shit at all. I didn't like that at all. That was extremely unnecessary. They were saying little stuff. I'm like, what is this? I'm watching it and they were taking jabs at Minister Farrakhan. And Minister Farrakhan didn't really get the Nation of Islam popping until like late 70s. So during this time, for them to be even bringing the minister up in a negative way, because I look at things through the filter of the timeline. So I'm like, this is supposed to take place in the early 60s. Why are they dissing Farrakhan? They kept mentioning Minister Lewis. Y'all caught that? I'm like, okay, why are they doing that? Yeah, they're using Regina King as the scapegoat. That was very unnecessary. That wasn't necessary. Why were they dissing Minister Farrakhan? That didn't make no sense. They were sneak dissing Farrakhan in there. And they were taking jabs. I mean, it kind of went on and on and on about Elijah Muhammad and all these women. And yeah, Elijah Muhammad got all these girls here and got all these apartments. They kind of went on and on about that. which was okay. Let me tell you something. Gangsters of Harlem, the show with Bumpy Johnson, with Forrest Whitaker playing Bumpy Johnson. They got another brother playing Malcolm X in that. One of the technical advisors on that movie, yeah, Amazon banned Farrakhan, by the way. You see, y'all need to put all this stuff together. Amazon banned Farrakhan. That's by Amazon Studios. See, don't think that this stuff just pops up for no reason, okay? You don't think stuff like this just kind of pops up for no reason. But the Gangsters of Harlem on Epix with Forrest Whitaker, one of the technical advisors on that show is our brother James Small, Professor James Small. Because James Small worked with, he was up there in Harlem when all that stuff was going on, and he worked with Malcolm X's family. So Gangsters of Harlem, Godfather of Harlem, I'm sorry, I said Gangster of Harlem. It's Godfather of Harlem, my bad. Godfather of Harlem. That show is very good. Very good show. Tight actors on it. And Professor Smalls is one of the technical advisors. Because, see, they want to get some people who were around that time or around some of the players' family to kind of get their advice on how things really got down. And Brother Smalls let me know, he said, look, when they were, doing the Malcolm part, I let them know, don't get too heavy with all that Elijah Muhammad, being with all of these girls. Don't get too heavy on that. Like, we ain't gonna do that. Brother Smalls let them know, we're not gonna be going there. We're not gonna beat a dead horse over and over again. We're going to really show Malcolm how Malcolm got down, but this whole thing about being real heavy-handed with dissing the nation and dissing Elijah, no, y'all need to kind of pull back on that if you're thinking about doing that. So Brother Smalls let them know behind the scenes. So you can let these folks know what to do and what not to do and how not to. Come on now. You can let them know, hey, what you're doing right there, that's just not a good look. You understand? You can let folks know, hey, that ain't a good look with what you're trying to do. You're trying to get into a little propaganda here. Yeah? So they were going in on Farrakhan and, just really getting a little greasy about Elijah Muhammad. And they had a chick playing Betty Shabazz. She's a good actress, but a horrible Betty Shabazz. I'm thinking, why in the world would they put her as Betty Shabazz? We know what Betty Shabazz looked like. We know what she sounded like. We kind of have a general understanding of Betty Shabazz historically. We can look at footage of her. This woman didn't have any of that. Now, she wasn't in the film that much, but this woman playing Betty Shabazz, something was just real off with it. The eyes were bucking just a little bit too much. Boy, those eyes were bucking a little bit. The chick who was playing Betty Shabazz, I'm like, I'm not feeling this. I'm not feeling this. Yeah, the woman playing Betty Shabazz, the eyes were bucking just a little bit too much. I'm like, well, I'm getting some Cynthia Erivo vibes here. Well, wait a minute. You can kind of tell when you got somebody doing a caricature of a foundational Black American, because remember, Angela Bassett played Betty Shabazz, and Angela Bassett in the Malcolm X, Spike Lee's Malcolm X, which was phenomenal. Angela Bassett did a phenomenal job in that shit. Angela Bassett's eyes wasn't bucking. It was a lot of grace and dignity, which is what we saw in Betty Shabazz. This is what we saw in Betty Shabazz. Angela Bassett did a phenomenal job. But now this chick, Them eyes were a little bucking. Okay. Wait a minute. I'm like, let me check this chick out. So she's a non-FBA. Her name is Joaquina Calacongo. Joaquina Calacongo. I think that's her name. That's how you pronounce her name. So she's a non-FBA. Okay? She's a non-FBA. And I'm like, wait a minute. I'm getting some Cynthia Erivo vibes. And sure enough, this is the girl right here. This is the chick. She's one of Cynthia Erivo's homegirls. So she runs in those Cynthia Erivo circles. This is Joaquina Calacongo. This is the woman who played Betty Shabazz. Because you can kind of feel that vibe. Because that Cynthia Erivo vibe, and I'm not trying to knock this sister from getting work or whatever, but when it comes to our heroes, I mean, come on, y'all got to do better. They're deliberately getting these folks, bucking their eyes, playing a caricature of our heroes. And another thing about this Joaquina, whatever her name, Calacongo, another thing about her, guys, and understand why they get these folks, she's a stage play actress. Okay? She's also a stage play actress. Okay? And this is another play she was in. That's her right there. She was in slave play. That was one of the women. That's her right there, being a bedwench. She played in the slave play. So that's where she got her expertise on bucking them eyes, in slave play. So the same chick they got playing Betty Shabazz was playing a bedwench in slave play. Oh, God. Oh, give me a knife. Give me a knife. So that's the same chick. Oh, God. So little stuff like that, when you get these, and Regina King did an interview talking about she don't mind casting immigrants and people who are not American, whatever. But the dude playing Malcolm, yeah? What's his name? Let me get his name. Let me find this brother's name. It's Kinsley. What's his brother's name? What's his name? What's this brother's name? Let me get this brother's name. What is his name? What is his name? Come on, where is his name? Okay, I'm looking at an article about it. What's this nigga's name? I'm trying to get the brother's name who played Malcolm X. And I'm looking at an article. Y'all just help me out. I don't feel like digging for this dude's name. He's a British guy, I think. I think this guy is British. What was his name? Kinsley Something, right? Kinsley Something. He's from the UK. Let me tell you something. Kinsley bin Adir. So, let me tell you something about this dude when he's playing Malcolm X. He didn't look like Malcolm X. I didn't get the feel of Malcolm X. I'm looking at it, and this is him right here. This is him right here. So I'm not getting the look of Malcolm. I'm not getting the vibe of Malcolm. And I'm looking at it in the way he's talking in this movie playing Malcolm X, and the way he's acting and the way he's looking. I'm like, wait a minute. They have this nigga playing Barack Obama. He was acting like and looking like and sounding like Barack Obama in this One Night in Miami movie. He didn't give a Malcolm X vibe at all. This dude was looking, acting, and sounding exactly like Barack Obama. He looked, and it was like he was deliberately told to act like Obama. I didn't get no Malcolm X vibes off this dude at all. I'm looking at it, I'm like, it's like I'm watching Obama. And I'm thinking he was told to play it like that. Notice how they keep trying to make Obama some type of historic civil rights figure. They're always photoshopping pictures of Obama with Malcolm X and all this stuff. They're always doing stuff like that. They keep trying to make, like this picture here. They keep doing little stuff like this. And it's the Democrats who do stuff like this. They keep doing y'all see little memes like this going around. This is the Democrats doing stuff like this. They've always tried to make stuff like this, trying to make Barack Obama comparative to Malcolm X and Frederick Douglass and Dr. King. They've been doing that. They got him up here with Malcolm X and Dr. King and Nelson Mandela. Man, Obama can't hold a candle. And they always do this. There's a bunch of images like this, guys. They've been trying to make Obama this comparative civil rights legend that he's not. They've always tried to do that with Obama. And I'm thinking the producers told him to be more Obama-esque in this film. He was acting too much like Obama in this thing. And I'm thinking they were doing that to give the audience some type of psychic or subliminal connection. You understand? Real funny stuff. They do stuff like that. Obama, he could play Obama because Obama's not an FBA. So yeah, I'm getting strong Obama vibes from the dude because Obama was not an FBA at all. Obama was a damn foreign tether. You understand? So that dude had that kind of energy. So that's the kind of energy he was giving off. I'm like, damn, this nigga remind me of Obama. So this is programming here. This is major programming here. That's why, and I just kind of cut the movie off. I'm like, nah. Yeah, if you got somebody like Denzel, even the dude who played in Godfather of Harlem, he plays a great Malcolm X too, the brother in Godfather of Harlem. But when you have a Denzel play Malcolm X, Denzel played the hell out of Malcolm X. You understand? When you have somebody who is that thorough, who portrayed the essence of Malcolm X. This is Denzel Washington, who grew up in New York, grew up around the time that Malcolm X was coming up. So Denzel knew the energy. He knew all the nuances. He knew the spirit. He had the spirit of Malcolm X. That's why it worked so well. You understand? So that movie, I didn't complete it. Little stuff like that means a lot to me. I'm all about the energy of a film. I'm all about the energy of a film. The energy of the films are very important. Because, see, we get these people trying to portray our histories. And see, we make these people who don't have the spirit, who don't have the energy, comparative to our heroes. They do things to undermine it. This is why they get a lot of these tethers to come out and be spokespersons at these protests. I saw some footage of some chick who was out here protesting, and she's clearly some Democratic plant. And we got to watch these Democratic plants out here. We got to watch these people who will do these sleight of hand tricks. Now, this woman was out here talking about white supremacy, all these white supremacists at the White House. Somebody send me the link of that girl. I want to find the link so I can play the link. See, we got to watch these people See, watch people who do sleight of hand tricks. See, the Democrats are very good at that. The Democrats are very good at adopting our language. They will adopt our language and then do a sleight of hand trick. The Washington Post, for example, hold on one second. Y'all bear with me a second. This is the Washington Post. Now, who does this sound like? This is the Washington Post. Dozens of people on the FBI terrorist watch list came to D.C. the day of the Capitol riot. Most are suspected white supremacists. Now, who does that sound like? That sounds like us. You see, family, for years, the mainstream media, they've been covering for these white supremacists by calling them right-wingers, alt-right, extremists. They're making up these little kiddie terms for these white supremacists. And that's why I would be in the media, which I got the game from my brother Neely Fuller. Let's give credit where credit is due. I got the game from Neely Fuller. I was the only person going to the mainstream media, the global media, repeatedly using the words suspected white supremacists. I hate patting myself on the back, but I'm going to pat myself on the back. And I'm not doing a victory lap because we're still fighting out here. But I was the single-handed person going to mainstream media, getting on live television around the world, repeatedly using the terms suspected white supremacist. And I always used it, and I used it over and over and over again, even if I was attacked, because I'm going to stick by what I'm saying. I would get attacked for using that term. Why are you race baiting? Why are you a race baiter? See, we have to control the narrative. We don't let them dictate what the damn narrative is. We have to control the narrative. When we control the narrative on the grassroots, everybody else is going to follow suit. Everybody else is going to follow suit. So the mainstream media uses a lot of our terminology now, because we never wavered off what we're saying. And what's interesting now a lot of stuff they're owning up to. Hold on. A lot of them, the mainstream media, they're saying stuff that we've been saying for the last 5 years. Family, this came out this week. Well, I'm gonna look at the date. Hold on. Y'all bear with me. Now, all of these symbols and hand signs that these white supremacists been using, they're coming on out admitting, okay, these hand signals are white supremacist hand signs. We've been saying that for like 5 damn years. Hold on. I'm trying to look at some of the articles. Hold on. I'm trying to look it up on Twitter. Okay. And that's another thing, too. The white supremacists, what they do, they start flooding everybody's page. When people start talking about the white supremacist hand sign, they'll start flooding your page. They'll start flooding the your timeline. So I was looking up some articles. It's too flooded on Twitter right now, but a lot of articles now are talking about the white supremacist hand signal that's being used by a lot of those folks who were storming the Capitol building. You didn't? So now they're admitting a lot of stuff. We've been pointing these folks out. We've been exposing who these white supremacists are for years. They know who they are. We've talked about them for years. They know exactly who they are. But like I said, going back to old girl, that activist female who was out there talking about, and if somebody can find me the link of that girl, I want to play the clip of her talking about the White House and who built the White House. This woman was talking about, yeah, white supremacy, all these white supremacists are bad, these bad white supremacists, and the White House, it was black and brown hands who built the White House. So she slipped something slick in there. We got to watch those sleight of hand tricks. The Negro bootlicks of the Democrats are very covert with that. Let me tell you something. Whenever you see a black person who would talk about white supremacy, then they'll slip in black and brown, or they'll slip in black and LGBT. When they'll talk black, click my Twitter. Okay, hold on. Let me click my Twitter. Hold on. Somebody said click my Twitter. Hold on. Because I want to show that clip. Whenever you see that, you better watch it. Hold on. It's my sister Jade. Let me see if she sent me something. Hold on. I think this is Jade. Hold on. Oh, yeah, Kyle Rittenhouse. Yeah, Kyle Rittenhouse is up here throwing up white power hand signs. He's throwing up the OK hand signal. Shout out to Marcus. Shout out to my brother Marcus. All right, okay, where is that? Okay, I'm checking my Twitter. Somebody said they sent me something on Twitter. I don't know where it is. Hold on. Okay, I don't know where y'all sent me something, so I can't find it. But watch out for people throwing in that brown talk. Watch out for people when they start talking that black and brown. Ain't no black and brown coalition at all. Watch that brown talk. This girl's talking about black and brown hands built the damn White House. What brown hand? It was only black people who built that. Let's stop the games here. And we got to watch these Negro elected officials. See, we're going to have to start publicly calling these Sambos out when it comes to them prioritizing all these other groups over us. And we got to watch out for the con game language they use to pump sisters up and separate black men and black women. Family, y'all got to watch all that black girl magic talk that white society likes to throw out. Y'all got to watch that. Y'all got to watch all this. Hey, the black woman, all these black women, they saved the Democrats. Oh, the black women really saved us. So y'all better understand the con game behind that. Y'all need to understand the con game behind that, because what happens is they sit up and tell you all this stuff and have you believing that you're going to be some kind of protected class, and you're not. They sit up here and pump your head up, having you thinking that you're some kind of protected class. And y'all get up here around these white supremacists and you find out you are not a protected class at all. There was a girl, I think this was in Oklahoma somewhere. I guess they were doing some counter protesting against the Trump protesters. And this is the article here. Hold on. There's an ad running on it. Hold on. I hate these things where ads are running. Hold on. This is the article here. White Army vet charged with shooting a 15-year-old black girl at a Trump rally. Okay? Where's this? This was in Iowa. So it was a car full of teenagers. They were out there, I guess, yelling at the white supremacists with their mouth, being sassy to a bunch of armed white supremacists because y'all sitting up here letting these people tell you about some damn black girl magic. And y'all getting y'all asses out there with these armed white supremacists getting shot. Y'all better take a damn gun out here and stop that black girl magic talk. You are not magic. You're out here dealing with white supremacists. Don't let these left-wing Democrats pump your damn head up and have you going out here being sitting ducks. That's why so many sisters were getting attacked by these white supremacists last week. Out there in D.C., the sister got attacked by a swarm of white supremacists when she's doing security. Out here in L.A., that sister got beat up, got her wig snatched out here with these white supremacists because they're sitting up here telling you you got some black girl magic and the Democrats making you think that they're going to make you some kind of protected class. They're not. I want y'all to understand that part of the game. Don't let them pump your head up. They'll set you up for failure. These white supremacists are cowardly and they're armed. Don't let them pump your head up. We need each other. Black men and black women need to be riding with each other. Don't go out there by yourself talking about intersectionality and I'm going to get out here and get me some brownie points by yelling at these white supremacists because I'm on the front line with my black girl magic. And then they jump on you. Other white people are not going to help you. They get on code with each other. Yeah. Notice these mammy feminists, none of them are saying anything about these sisters getting beat up. Have you noticed that? All of these Negro mammy feminists, fake feminists who be on Twitter, they ain't saying nothing about these sisters getting beat down out here with their black girl magic talk. They ain't saying nothing about that. Yeah? Don't let them play mind games with you. See, let me tell you something. That black girl magic talk, oh, the black women is magic. The black women have to save everybody. The man, leave it up to the black woman to have to clean everything up. That's a con game they run it. That's a con game. Y'all don't go for that because that whole thing with the black girls are magic, that means that you're less than human. That means you're not human. You see? That's an old slave trope. That's from slavery. Fam, y'all see, I want black folks to understand how backhanded compliments are. That's an old trope from slavery. The whole magic Negro concept, meaning black people, they're less than human. Meaning you can do things to black people and because they're animalistic and not really human, you don't have to feel any kind of guilt for doing it. You understand? That's what that really means. Y'all better understand what a backhanded compliment looks like. It's a con game. See, that's why the gynecological industry was started over here in America with black female slaves. They would practice gynecology on black women slaves. Because in their mind, well, these women, they ain't really like us white humans. They feel less pain than us. So sticking these weird new objects in their vaginas that are extremely painful, well, we don't have to feel any bad conscience about it because the black girl magic, they're not really human. You understand? It's that Green Mile type of thing. That big old buff magic Negro John Coffey talk. Yeah. No anesthesia, nothing. Yeah, Dr. Sims from South Carolina. Yes, they would do experiments on enslaved black women. Don't let them run that black girl magic jive on you. They don't believe that. That means that you don't feel pain because you're not as human as us. No, sisters are human. We got to give black women their humanity and the protection. See, I don't like niggas running. This is another thing I don't like. I don't like all that queen talk. King and queen. We got to get off that shit. Hey, look at all our queens over here. Nigga, if y'all ain't going to kill for your queen, shut the fuck up with the queen talk. I don't like that. It's patronizing. I don't like when black people do that. Look at our queens over here. Nigga, if you better mount up, if you ain't down to knock a head off for the queen, don't call the person a queen. Y'all niggas out here, I see niggas letting their mama get beat up by race soldiers, and y'all sit there filming with your ass tooted up. We need to go Benjamin Crumb. Shit. Don't hit my mama like that. These new niggas are funny style. Let me tell you something. Back in the day, you touch a nigga's mama, it was on. You touch a woman in the neighborhood, it was on. Most of the riots back in the 60s was because the race soldiers had touched up on women. I want y'all to understand that part of the game. Nigga, the Watts riot got started because the race soldiers put their hands on a sister down there in Watts, and niggas turned the hell up. Out there in Jersey, the rumor was a pregnant sister got beat up by cops. Niggas turned up. They started sniping race soldiers off the roofs. You understand? Back in those days, if the brothers heard a race soldier, whoever, touched up on a sister, it was on. You understand? Even with children. The civil rights movement really got started because of Emmett Till. When they killed Emmett Till, that was the beginning of the civil rights movement as we know it. You understand? They weren't going around killing a bunch of kids back then. Emmett Till was like, oh, hell no. And they got a movement popping. So don't talk about a damn queen if you ain't ready to knock a head off for your queens or your women. We got to get off the queen and king thing, see? Neely Fuller talks about that. Everybody got to be on the same page where we're all working together. Equal justice. You know, we got to be on a level where we're going to, like Neely Fuller said, just guarantee that everybody has what they need. We ain't got to be on this king-queen thing where we want to stunt on people. See, we get that from the white supremacists. We get that from them, that whole stunting thing, where everybody wants to stunt on each other. See, white supremacists is the biggest stunt. I got privileges and benefits that you niggas can't have. See, that's stunting. And then we try to do it with little nigga trinkets. Yeah? We try to do that with little old nigga trinkets. Look what I got. Look, I'm all in the club in VIP stunting on you niggas. See, we can stunt on other black people trying to be the white supremacists. Yeah? Trying to take on their mannerisms. And notice the people who do the most stunting, usually the people with the most plantation mindset. Look at the people who are always stunting. When you see people all on Instagram with a handful of money and all that, these are not the most articulate people. When you see somebody up there with the money phone and all bucking their damn eyes with the Gucci belts, these are not articulate people. When you hear them talk, they sound like goddamn slaves. Because what they know, what they think of as success is oppression, because their minds have been oppressed by the white supremacists, and even on a subconscious level, they know they've been oppressed by the white supremacists. The only thing they know how to do is mimic the oppressors, but do it in a caricatured way. You understand? People who are pretty much articulate, they don't have to do that. I mean, let's keep it a buck. If you see a nigga with a gang of money on Instagram and you hear that nigga talk, he's not articulate. You don't hear articulate, intelligent people doing that. Yeah? And that's why it's promoted by white supremacist society. They love promoting that type of Negro. There's a reason why that's who they'll give a record deal to. If somebody went to a record label and said, hey man, I want to drop some real knowledge. Oh no, nigga, no. We don't have any more signing budget. We just signed Young Sambo. We just signed a new rapper named Young Sambo. Yes, he's from Tallahassee, Florida somewhere. We signed Young Sambo. And that's where the budget is going. And Young Sambo, whoever, and it's an interchangeable rap name because there's a million Young Sambos all on the gram and all on Twitter with the money phone and all the rented cars and all the child shit. Even on a subconscious level, look at the names the rappers have. Everything is young, everything is little, and everything is baby. You got a bunch of rappers with the name Baby something, Young Baby, Lil Baby, That Baby, Big Baby, Lil this, Lil that, Lil this, Young that. On a subconscious level, I'm still a child. On a subconscious level, that's them saying I'm still a child. And I don't even have to get on the female rappers, the plantation mammy female rappers who would like to be like the white supremacist women, but they know they can never be that. So the closest thing they can get, and I talked about this before, a lot of the hood rat rapping girls, they try their best to mimic Asian women. They can't do white women. That just doesn't work at all. That doesn't work at all. They can't mimic white women. So what they try to do, and they don't want to do Latina women because Latinas, like I said this before, there's a lot of Latinos, that's not associated with wealth. You understand? Latin culture is really associated with poverty. When you think of Latin culture, it's really associated with poverty. But when you think of Asian culture, well, you think of Japan and China, this, and so you think of successful Asians, store owners. So what they try to do, you got the Asian doll, the Nicki Minaj with Chun Yi and all this stuff, China doll, Asia doll, China white, black China, all this China, Asia, China, Asia. Even growing up in the hood, you would always see girls in the hood with their little nicknames. China doll, China girl. I knew a bunch of Chinas and Asia this and Asia that. I knew a bunch of them in the hood. You see a bunch of that shit in the hood trying to identify with Asians. See, these are the women who can stun on you. These are the women who they got to go to get their hair and their nails. These are the women, the Asian women are the authority figures in the hood to the other women. These Asian women have them lining up for nails, weaves, and food. So those Asian women become the authoritative figures in the hood. Yeah? Yeah, it seems more exotic because you're mimicking a non-white minority. Oh yes, Sukihana. Look at them. Look at the women. And really what they're doing, truth be told, they're mimicking Asian hooker culture. You understand? They're mimicking the hooker culture of Asia. That's really what it boils down to. The geisha girl hooker culture. That's what a lot of them pattern themselves after. Them Asian sex workers. You dig? Because those Asian sex workers, they're portrayed as there's almost an exotic dignity to the way those women are portrayed. You understand? When you look at them in the media, they always have them as high-class hookers to a certain degree. So a lot of people in hood culture, they look to that as a goal, unfortunately. Not everybody. You understand? You look at it like that. See, when you look at the geisha girl. It's an exotic type of thing that's portrayed in the media. The exotic geisha girl with all of these rich men coming to be with them, that Asian whore culture, that's something that is promoted as exotic. Yes, that high-class call girl type of thing that's promoted with Asian women like that. So a lot of hood rat chicks, they don't see themselves doing anything outside of busting it open. So hell, what's the best hooker they can be? The Asian ones. Because remember, in the 90s, let's be real, in the hood, a lot of people were attaining to be a damn stripper. Let's keep it a buck. A lot of girls back in the hood, back in the day, not all, we're talking in general terms, but there was a lot of chicks, especially down in Atlanta, parts of the South, their goal was to be a stripper. In hood culture, not in all, I'm not talking about black culture in general, I'm talking about specifically in economically depressed cultures. You in? So we got to understand how a lot of us, we shoot for the bare minimum. And another thing, there's a reason why women like Lori Harvey is a hero to a lot of hood chicks. Can we go there for a second? Can y'all hit the thumbs up and the like button for me, guys? Hit the thumbs up and the like button for me. A lot of these women idolize Lori Harvey. Lori Harvey, beautiful girl. That's Steve Harvey's daughter. Beautiful sister. She's 24 years old. Beautiful sister. Seems like a lovely girl. Hood chicks idolize her. The same way hood chicks, and the same reason hood chicks idolize the Kardashians. All the hood chicks love the Kardashians. They love Kim Kardashian. The hood chicks idolize her. They idolize Lori Harvey. Why? Because see, Lori Harvey, she's been bouncing from rich celebrity to rich celebrity. And she doesn't really have to be with them. See, Lori Harvey, she got her own money from her family. See, that's a goal. A hood rat would love that. They would love the ability to be a non-dependent hoe. See, that's a non-dependent hoe that a lot of hood chicks want to be. See, a lot of hood chicks, when they do their hoeing, see, they got to depend on, a lot of times they got to depend on a particular sugar daddy. You know, they kind of got to go along to get their little money. They got to become dependent here, dependent. They don't really have enough game to really hit, you know, a certain number of tricks and hit them good. They don't really have that kind of game. A lot of them don't have that kind of game to catch a lot of tricks and really hit them like they need to hit them. A lot of them don't have that kind of game. Because you got to get laced with that. You got to be up under some instructions to get that kind of game. And if your mouthpiece ain't good, you ain't going to really get under no good instructions anyway. So a lot of these women, they want to be a non-dependent hoe, where you can just hoe, be out here hoeing, and you can live off somebody else's money. You can live off your family's money. You a non-dependent hoe. You ain't dependent on any one of the dudes you laying up with, and you still got your bag right. So you're just a non-dependent hoe. That's what they want to be. So this is why they like looking at Lori Harvey. Lori Harvey sits up here and she trades. She's with Diddy one day and then with Future, now with Michael B. Jordan, all these different dudes. And she can just bounce from dude to dude, and her bag is still good. Her bag is still straight. See, that's the Cinderella fantasy to a lot of hood chicks. Yeah? You hoeing it up and you can keep the bag. Not saying that Lori Harvey's a hoe. I'm not saying that. But they want to have, a lot of the hood broads want to have that non-dependent hoe mentality. They just want to be a taken care of renegade. You're just a renegade, throwing it all over the place and you ain't dependent, can't nobody really take your bag. You set financially and you can just hoe it up. Yeah? You see, we got to look at what some of the shit that we are programmed to look up to in our society. See, everything we do is a reaction to being subjugated. And when black people were on plantations, what did black people learn? Black people learned subservience, hard labor, and being sexually exploited, and we had to learn how to deal with the hoe culture being created. That hoe culture was created during slavery. You understand? And out of hoe culture, with pimp culture, hoe culture is different. After slavery, dudes went up in the North and they started learning the pimping. With the pimping, that can translate into different things. Cats can utilize that type of game on the streets, but then you could flip that and you could turn that into something else. The pimp game and the ism on the streets can be reworked and translated to work in other industries. You understand? We'll give y'all some game here. Some of the ism in the game that niggas use on the streets, that same game, the same management skills, the same financial skills, the same leadership skills. I'm just talking about the basics. Is there some exploitation and all that too, which is a horrible thing? I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about the basics. That can be translated into other industries. The problem is this. Hoeing cannot be translated into anything else but more hoeing. See, this is why a lot of these women got to get up under some instructions out here in order to get up out the game. You don't learn anything with the hoeing, but more hoeing. Because hoeing ain't really about hoeing when you really look at it. Hoeing is really about having a tight mouthpiece when we talk about hoeing on a professional level. Am I getting too deep? Hoeing is about having a crisp mouthpiece, and you get that by being up under some instructions and getting laced with game. We have a culture out here that only knows hoeing. You understand? They only know hoeing. Flat back hoeing. And out of that hoeing, they begat more hoeing. So whenever you take them out of a hoe setting and put them somewhere else, they still do the same hoe shit. When you take them out of a setting where hoeing is prevalent and take them to a place like a protest where people are protesting the deaths of people, what do they start doing? Turning around, busting it open, doing the wet pussy challenge. You understand? They start hoeing again. You take them to church, what do? They go to church hoeing. Twerking, popping it at church with sundresses and booty shorts in church. You take them anywhere you take them, you're going to see more hoeing. Can't take them nowhere because all they're going to do is resort back to mo hoeing. You understand? Twerking all over the damn place. That's all they know. Hoeing begats more hoeing. The point is, you got to have some game in there. You got to get laced with some game to transfer you up out of the hoe game. You got to get some ism to get you up out of that hoe circle. But instead of looking at how do I get some game to get out of these hoe circles, how can I hoe some more? How can I be a bigger hoe? See, I give it up to the white girls like Kim Kardashian. Kim got put on by a damn sex tape. She got put on by a sex tape. But she got enough game from her mama and all these folks to flip that shit into a brand. Number one, don't do another sex tape. And number two, deny that you were complicit in the first one. You see? What she did was play the victim. Oh my God, I didn't know. I was just with my boyfriend. I didn't know. It got leaked. Oh my God. That's how you do that. That's game. That's game. It's a con game, but it's game. You understand? You don't keep doing it, and she ain't done another one. You do a one-off, and then you flip it. Oh my God, I was a victim. And then you build a brand off the notoriety. Yeah? Now, Kim Kardashian went out just doing a bunch of other whole shit. That would have looked bad. Yeah? And also Kim, what she was marrying the dudes that she was getting with. A lot of these, one of that marriage with that basketball player, I think that was a fake marriage, but whatever. Whatever. But at least she was marrying dudes. She married Kanye, married that other dude. Yeah? You see? Now she's on top and she's staying on top, and she done rebranded herself as Mother Teresa. Kim Kardashian rebranded herself as Mother Teresa. She got out of the whole circle. Because let's be clear, even when she, around the time she did that tape, she was dating a whole bunch of niggas. Nick Cannon, all these dudes, but she got some game and got up out that circle. You understand? Yeah, Kim's been married multiple times. That's how you do it. She's been married 3 times, yes. Yeah, that Chris Humphries dude. Yeah, that's his name. So, you're always going to have to get some game here. But we got to stop letting them run the con game on us and sisters. We got to stop letting them run a con game on sisters. We got to stop that. We got to cut that out. And the thing is, guys, when you got people out here who are clearly Democratic shills, doing the bait and switch, doing the sleight of hand, we got to watch these Negroes. I retweeted this brother, this politician. Let me find the tweet. This Negro, hold on one second. Oh, people are sending me a whole bunch of stuff. Hold on. Okay, hold on. This Jamal Bowman guy. Hold on one second. Okay, hold on. This Jamal Bowman. Let me show this tweet of this guy. Now this guy's a Democratic shill. Hold on, let me find the tweet. Here it is right here. Okay, this dude right here, Jamal Bowman. Now who is Jamal? He's he's a, hold on, let me find out what, he's in New York. He's a congressman for New York 16. So he's a congressman, I think in the Bronx, Yonkers, I don't know. He's up in New York. He's a congressman up there. And he's fighting for the butter biscuit so heavy. This is a tweet from this Sambo. Hell yes. Biden's aggressive immigration agenda includes a path to citizenship for 11 million undocumented immigrants. So they're going to flood us with immigrants immediately. That is specifically to undermine foundational Black Americans. Let's be very clear. Flooding us with immigrants is specifically to undermine foundational Black Americans. So this Sambo is like, hell yes, I'm so fired up about this. Let's get citizenship to our undocumented family so we can reach our full potential as a nation and build the multiracial democracy we are meant to be. This nigga is treasonous. That nigga is treasonous. Is he Jamaican? I'm getting non-FBA vibes from this dude. I'm getting real non-FBA vibes from this dude. Family, we got to stop electing these Sambos in office. These guys are a problem. Bowman is a Jamaican name. It does sound Jamaican. Family, these Negroes are treasonous. Yeah, and the way he's caping for immigrants, he sounds like he's from an immigrant background. And another thing, because foundational Black Americans are making so much noise, a lot of these people are hiding their backgrounds. A lot of people are hiding their damn backgrounds now. Family, these Negroes are working with the Biden team and all these folks to undermine the hell out of us. Flooding us with immigrants, that is done specifically to undermine and to bury foundational Black Americans. And the thing is, when they get Black folks to vote for that nonsense, they can, plausible deniability. You wanted it, Negroes. I mean, you wanted all these immigrants over here. You niggas voted for me. You see? There is not going to be no multiracial family. All these people come over here against us. These people come over here and they are rigidly against us after we sit up here and elect these Sambos to put them in office. Family, do you know how many immigrants were up there at the Capitol building with the white supremacists? They were up there with them. We got to understand that part of the game, guys. They were up there with them white supremacists. And family, listen. While these Black politicians are prioritizing these non-FBA immigrants coming over here, when we go to these other folks' countries and we start thriving, they don't take kindly to that. There's a story today, guys, where the country Bali was trending. There was some Black girls went over there, some sisters went over there, and this sister made a thread the other day. She's like, moving out of America in my 20s has been a game changer. I've been living in Bali for over a year with my girlfriend. So she's LBGT, but that's whatever. So she's over there in Bali talking about her experience. This island has been amazing because the elevated lifestyle. I was paying $1,300 for my LA studio. I have a tree house for $400. So she's just talking about how great it is. Hold on. And she's trying to get other people on. She's like, look, I got links to my visa agents about getting into Indonesia. She's putting other Black folks on. Because I never made an idea. So she was talking about something about taxes, and she was talking about meeting there's other Black folks over there. There's a significant number of Black people from the U.S. that moved to Bali. And I've been to Bali before. It's just a nice spot. It's cool. But a lot of Black people are moving there, getting second homes there. It's pretty cheap to live over there, and it's a nice looking spot. Man, family, these Asians, Indonesians, all band together. They got on code. And here's an article about it. American woman sparks backlash for tone-deaf viral thread about moving to Bali. So these Indonesians were pissed off, coming up with all types of straw man arguments. Well, how come you moving over here? You moving over here legally. Y'all coming over here. Y'all ain't paying no taxes. Y'all coming over here doing this. We already being gentrified. So all of the multiracial coalition goes out the window when we go over to their joint and start doing good. When we get over there to their country, and it's only a handful of Black folks over there, When black folks get over there and start doing good, they cry foul. Or go, oh, wait a minute, nigga. So they've been up here calling the immigration office, reporting these women, saying they ain't paying taxes. So these Indonesians have been going to the authorities about these women. You dig? And this one person like, hey, Kristen, with all due respect, as an Indonesian, this is the most disrespectful thing you can do for a country. So they're talking real greasy, but these are the same people who come over here and eat off all our taxes. So here's all the people complaining. And these Indonesians are trying to pretend that it ain't racial. The hell it ain't racial. It is racial because they let white people go over there and do what the hell ever they want to do. White people go over there to Indonesia. I've been over there. I've seen them. But here's another Indonesian talking about, actually, we don't care about your skin color, but the audacity to overstay your tourist visa, work from here and not pay the obligatory income taxes for foreigners who stay more than 6 months, encourages people to travel and live in luxury with low cost in Bali during the pandemic. So they got all types of excuses to go after the black people who's going over there thriving. You think? Black people go over there and start getting things together. That's why I've told people there's a reason why they don't want foundational black Americans coming to these countries, because we go up and turn up and start getting shit popping. I told people that's why people don't be wanting to give us no dual citizenship nowhere. We go to some place and get that shit cracking. We'll go and get it cracking. But we're supposed to let everybody come over here and flood us and eat up all our damn tax money. Man, please. These Negroes co-signing all this immigration are blasphemous. You dig? See, the thing is, there's a significant amount of black folks going over there. There's a lot of black folks going over there to Bali. And that's the thing. See, when it's one or two, it's like, okay. But now when there's a lot and they see that black folks got a little network and a little community going on, and nobody's going over there eating off their little tax dollars. Black folks are going over there making their money online. You can work online, go over there and stack your money up. And you're over there building nice stuff, building nice spots, and you got it popping. Yeah? Now people want to cry foul. And they don't do that with the white people. I'm telling you, it's racially based, nigga. They're upset with black folks doing it. Because white folks go over there. I've been all over Bali, dude. I've been on that little island. Very lovely place. But white folks do whatever they want to do over there. They're over there chilling, messing with them kids. That's another thing. I saw a couple of little girls holding hands, little Asian girls holding hands with old white men, which was disturbing. I saw a little bit of that. So they let them white folks go over there and do whatever and don't say nothing. So I don't take that criticism, them criticizing foundational black Americans going over there, minding their business and stacking their money. Yeah? But then everybody comes flood us and live on top of us. Nah. We ain't got no friends. We don't have no friends. See, a lot of these people, they want to have a camaraderie with white society. That's why over in Asia, you got a lot of these Asian people over there promoting Trump and all this stuff. Yeah? Because, see, they want to show what side they're on. See, they don't mind being the underlings of the white supremacists. See, we're the only people, black people, particularly foundational black Americans, family, we're the only people that are passionate about fighting white supremacy. Nobody's really, let's keep it a buck. Nobody's really passionate except us. We're the only people who are going to move the needle when it comes to white supremacy. I'm talking about foundational black Americans. That's why we're seen as more of a threat. That's why when we go to another country because we're so resourceful, people panic. They don't want us outshining them because, see, they want white mommy and white daddy to come on. They don't mind being second fiddle to white mommy and white daddy. That's almost a badge of honor. But to be second fiddle to black people, you got a number of black people going to your country, getting it popping, living nice, and we're supposed to be these little lowly niggas that you see on TV. See, that messes with your stereotype. That's what that's all about. They're used to the image that white supremacist society has created for black people. See, what they see of black people is, niggas in rap videos. Niggas cooning with a bunch of gold teeth, living in the hood. See, that's their image. So when you see a bunch of intelligent black people going over there buying property and working and doing shit fly, wait a minute. Oh, whoa, wait a minute. I'm second fiddle to the Negro? Nigga, I've been to Bali. I'm telling you, I've been to Bali, and I talked about this before. I remember going into a store, like a little, what kind of store was it? Like a little, almost like a bodega. They got those little cheap stores that you can go and buy drinks and chips and juice and all that. They got a bunch of them all around. And I remember walking into a store, and one Indonesian dude, one dude from Bali saw me, and they knew I was Black American. They knew I was American. And he saw me, and this motherfucker started pop locking. Hey, my brother, watch this. This nigga, he started going off. I'm like, okay, all right. I didn't know what to say. I'm like, he just wanted to, look, I'm gonna do some nigga shit. Hey, nigga shit. All right. He just wanted to show me his dance moves. In one way, I was like, should I be flattered that he's, showing me that he understands that he's embracing a certain part of the culture, or should I be offended that this nigga think that that's all we do? We start pop locking and nigga shit. So I'm like, should I be offended? Or should I be flattered? So I was kind of in the middle there. I don't think he meant no harm. But I'm like, okay, this nigga, what are they showing on TV out here? I'm thinking, okay, all the images of black people must be niggas dancing and rapping. Yeah? That's what they see. That's the image that they have of us. I mean, this nigga was getting it in. He was waiting to meet a black motherfucker to show them damn moves. Now, should I have been offended? Maybe. Because what if I said, okay, watch this. If I did that, now what? You see? That's why I was kind of low-key offended. I'm like, okay, if I did some stereotypical shit, how would that look? Huh? What if I did that? Now, would he have liked that? Yeah, so he wanted to battle. Yeah, he must have thought I was Ozone or somebody. Yeah, he looked like he wanted to battle. Yeah? But I didn't really get offended because I understood this is what they see of us every day. This is what they see of us every single day. Yeah? But we're the only ones. See, they don't want to play second fiddle to us. See, they think when they see us, it's dance time. It's dancing and popping time. But if you got a bunch of black people going over to these places and building communities and living nice, and you don't have a white supremacist looking over their shoulder, and we're going to thrive because we can thrive under the threat of direct white supremacy. We can thrive anywhere. When we go somewhere, we're going to thrive. Foundational Black Americans are going to thrive, dude. We've been through the process of the worst type of repression. There's nothing else more oppressive than what we've been under. So anywhere we go, we're going to do fly. Once we get get rooted somewhere, we're going to be good. Yeah? But the thing is, nobody is really trying to tackle white supremacy but us, foundational black Americans. And see, the thing is, I've talked about this before. Whenever there's a problem, all you have to do, family, is acknowledge the problem. And if you focus on any problem long enough, you're going to start coming up with solutions to that problem. I want people to understand how important that quote is. This is why I always keep talking about white supremacy. The problem is white supremacy. That's why the white supremacists hate for me to say that. And for a long time, I was the only one saying that in the major media. I would get white supremacists attacking me on TV, in the press, for repeating the term white supremacy over and over again. Even Negroes would be scared. Tariq, you shouldn't be saying that now. You're going to get us in good trouble. You shouldn't say white supremacy all the time. Look at certain Negroes. When you start talking about white supremacy, Negroes start bucking their eyes. Don't say that now, Lord. When I started doing Hidden Colors, remember, it was the Negro Boule press that was getting on my case. I was doing interviews with these Boule Negroes at these radio stations, and they were sitting up mad. Why are you making white people mad? Why are you making white people uncomfortable, Tariq? This movie is going to make white people mad. This is what people were telling me. You gonna make white people upset. I don't give a, this is not what I made the movie for. I could give less than a damn. Because let's be real. A lot of folks, we still got a handful of folks out here who's still scared of white mommy, white daddy. And let me tell you something, when you focus on something, look how some of us are focusing on white supremacy. All of us are not focusing on it, but enough of us are focusing on white supremacy. Look at how shaky it is getting already. A small amount of us, comparative to, our numbers, but a small amount of us are focusing on white supremacy, meaning we've gotten enough other people to focus on it too. We've gotten the mainstream media to focus on it too, because we got enough of the grassroots to focus on white supremacy. And look at how shaky it's becoming now. Look at it. These white supremacists are panicking right now. Family all over the country. Tonight as we speak, National Guardsmen are guarding Capitol buildings around the country right now. Tonight as we speak, because of white supremacy. That's because of the grassroots staying on this shit. The grassroots focused on it. Enough of us, and especially my young folks, I got to give credit to our young folks out here, because that's who I really cater to. My young people. That's the energy. We got it. My young folks, our kids. See, a lot of the old Negroes neglected. They'd have thrown our babies to the wolves. A lot of these old Negroes have thrown the babies to the wolves. We had to pick these babies up and let them know, give them some game, give them some good propaganda, give them some good movies to take with them, like the Hidden Colors series. You see what I'm talking about? That was made for the young people, and for everybody, but with the young black children in mind. You understand? They got that game, and that breathed new life into them. The Hidden Colors films created the woke movement. Other people have acknowledged this. But do you know the woke movement as we know it today was created by the Hidden Colors series? And I'm not saying that to pat myself on the back. My brother Beehive pointed that out. My boy, I was doing an interview with Beehive. He pointed that out. He was like, man, really, your movies really started the woke movement. Wasn't nobody really woke like that or talking about being woke before these movies. I'm like, damn, that's a good point. I didn't even think of that. I'm just doing the stuff to try to get it out to as many people as possible. Because I'm not really tripping on no credit. We're still fighting a war. I'm not trying to do no victory laps. I'm not Uncle Strappy and Aunt Tits. Okay? I'm not Uncle Strappy and Aunt Tits where I'm trying to get credit for shit, especially when these niggas try to get credit for shit they don't do. And speaking of Uncle Strappy and Aunt Tits, every other week somebody's leaving their organization. Their organization is so toxic at this point. Every damn other day, it used to be every other week. Now every other day, somebody is leaving that organization complaining about Tone, Tits, and Strappy. Every other day, people are complaining about how they're frauds, how they're doing little slick shit, how people now think that they're agents, which I've said these people are agent provocateurs. I've said that a long time ago. People have been complaining about them nonstop. Y'all should know better at this point. Y'all should know better at this point. You dig? You know Aunt Tits and Uncle Strappy are a couple of damn morons. That shit is dead. Anybody still trying to hold that corpse of an organization up, you should know better. But I digress. But the thing is, going back to what I was talking about earlier about the spirit has to be right. When we did the movies, we had to have the right spirit in it. The excuse people had for not doing films like Hidden Colors, the lame excuse they had, well, a lot of black folks don't want to learn that. Black folks want to see singing and dancing and shucking and jiving. Black folks want to see music videos. See, that was BET's excuse for a long time. Well, we don't show nothing constructive because black people want to see twerking. People see what you give them. You got to present stuff in a certain way. You got to present things in a certain way. That's why the mainstream media, they hate talking about the success of Hidden Colors because we did a successful education series. We got to understand that. The Hidden Colors film is the most successful black education series ever, and there is zero shucking and jiving in any of the movies. See, they tell you, well, we're going to have to teach the black kids by going down to the hood, and we gotta sing and we gotta rap. We gotta rap and do hip hop math, and we gotta do disco arithmetic and coon spelling. No, that's some stuff they've been doing that ever since the 80s. We're gonna have to rap the ABCs in order to. We're gonna put it to music, like niggas are primitive animals that you can't do anything with. You just can't just sit down and teach black folks. See, we busted that whole myth right on up. That was a very derogatory myth, and that was the basis to all of those inner city teacher in the hood movies, where you get the white teacher to go down to the hood, that dangerous mind, and talk jive to the black kids, and you got to teach them a certain way. Yeah, that's not true. That's why, truth be told, which stuff like Lean on Me by with Joe Clark and all that, even though it was an entertaining movie, and I love my Morgan Freeman, I love him. That whole narrative is bullshit. Let me tell you something. That whole crazy Joe, this crazy black man, you got to go down in order to teach black kids, you got to threaten them with a baseball bat and all this. So, see, that's white people like stuff like that. See, we got to learn what, we got to see certain things, what they bring to us, and understand the backhanded compliment of it. We got to understand the backhandedness of it. That wasn't cool. When we look at, let's look at Joe Clark and all that Lean on Me stuff. Even though it was a good movie, and I like the movie because I like Morgan Freeman as an actor, but that whole narrative was not cool. In order to teach these rowdy niggas, I got to go down here with a baseball bat and yell at them, "You're smoking crack, aren't you?" That just perpetuates the myth that black people should be abused. Like we're animals, so you got to go threaten black babies with bats. No. And the black kids are on crack and all this. So come on. You smoke crack, you're 14 years old smoking crack. That's white people's fantasies right there. That's white people's fan. Now, I love the movie because it was entertaining. It was an entertaining movie, but I was like, all right, come on. Well, and the real Joe Clark just died not too long ago. Yeah, but this whole thing, they got to come down to the hood and teach black kids a certain way because they're just so dumb and primitive. And you know you need music for the savage beast. That's a horrible narrative. That is a horrible narrative. So when you watch Hidden Colors, there are no baseball bats. We're not beating people. We're not dancing. We're not shucking and jiving. That's why white people don't like Hidden Colors. They don't like that because it destroyed their stereotypes that where black folks won't watch anything educational unless there's some coonery in it. No, we did a successful educational series with intelligent speakers and thorough, passionate scholars, and people relate to it and people took to it and it was successful. Yeah? Yeah, you got to look at things in the entire context. You got to look at things in the entire context. You see? This whole thing where white society loves to see black people abusing black children. They love that. Remember up there in Baltimore when they had the riots in Baltimore and this black mother went out there smacking her son up, smacking him all in the head? White people made her a hero for smacking her son up. Yes, you give him a good old whacking. Because if you do it, we'll do it too. You can get Hidden Colors at hiddencolorsfilm.com. But they like that type of stuff. And family, we're going to show the trailer for Buck Breaking next week. I was going to wait till February 1st, but we're going to show it next week. The trailer, we're going to show it next week right here on this broadcast. We're going to show the first trailer for Buck Breaking. We're going to show the first trailer. Yeah? But like I was saying earlier, so y'all don't want to miss it. Next week, next Sunday, y'all got to tune in for the premiere of the trailer to the new film Buck Breaking. But like I was saying, our young folks, now Buck Breaking, a lot of it is a lot of explicit stuff in the movie. It's a lot of hardcore stuff in the movie. I still say you're going to have to let the young folks watch it. Let some of your kids watch it. Even though it's some very explicit stuff in it, this is something that's needed. We got to get at our kids. We got to get our babies. We got to get our children. Like I said, a lot of the old Negro contingency, they've abandoned, not only abandoned, I won't even say abandoned the children. They've served the children up to the white supremacists. Black family, we're going to have to stop setting these children up to be attacked by these race soldiers, because not only are not black folks not getting vengeance on these race soldiers offing your family members, black folks are setting it up. I saw a video, and I'm not going to play this particular video, but I saw a video where some family called the police on one of their family members. He was an adult male, and he was having some kind of mental issues. And I think they called the police on him a couple of times, but they called the police and the brother was unarmed. He came outside kind of walking towards one of the race soldiers, and the race soldier showed up already hostile. And the race soldier just shot this brother for nothing. It's just cold-blooded murder. They called those race soldiers over knowing that their family members got mental issues, knowing that that potential of them getting killed is going to be high. You understand? And these race soldiers are not only not going to get punished, they're not going to get punished, they're going to be incentivized for blowing your brains out. Yeah? I'm telling you, a lot of these Negroes are using the race soldiers to wipe their family members out because you think, well, I can get a bag out of it. My family member is a burden. Let me call the race soldier to get him up out of here and then act shocked that they got shot. See, I don't feel sympathy for some of these families that's calling these damn race soldiers. That was cold-blooded murder. Family, black people, you are not obligated to sit up and let race soldiers walk around after killing your family. You're not obligated to sit up and let that happen. Y'all sit up there and set your family members up to get killed and then call Crump so y'all can get a settlement. I saw this video here. With
Damn right, I'll put my hands on you.
So hold on. This grandmother called the police on her, looked like her grandson, because he was playing music too loud or something. Look at this nonsense. And the race soldier showed up, turned up.
Damn right, I'll put my hands on you any fucking time I want to. You fucking swing on me, motherfucker.
You grabbing me.
You fucking swing on me, motherfucker. I'll whip your fucking ass.
Record me.
Record it.
Record it, man.
Record me whooping his ass.
You've been asking for no reason. What is all this for? Don't you throw your hands up. What is all this for?
Do it. Throw your hands up at me again.
Did I throw my
Keep your hands up. Keep your hands up.
No. You touched me for no reason. I ain't doing nothing.
All you had to do was turn that music down when I asked you to.
I didn't do anything. I know my
Get
rights.
off this fucking porch right now.
All right.
All I did
If
was
you don't get up, I'm gonna make you get
I
up.
know my rights, man. I didn't do nothing about it. George up. I'm getting up. I ain't touching you.
don't shoot
That's
it.
okay, let him run.
Don't shoot it.
He's scared.
Wow.
For no reason. Damn right, I'll put my...
That lady is shameful. That's shameful. Shame on that grandmammy who called the police, and shame on that race soldier who's clearly a damn race soldier. He was trigger happy. One of these militarized race soldiers who's been in the army somewhere, trigger happy, probably with some white supremacist group looking for a reason. Family, you're not under any obligation to have these psychotic race soldiers terrorize your damn family. We can talk about this publicly. These are people who your tax dollars pay for. They're supposed to serve your community. You need to know who these people are. That dude is clearly unstable. We need to have the names of these people who are working on these police departments so we can investigate who they are, what drugs they're on, what organization they're on. And we can say this publicly because we're taxpayers. We're supposed to know who's in our communities policing. We need to know who these officers, these employees of the city, we need to know who they are. These are the only people who get to hide and do their job. They do their job off our tax dollars, but they are hidden. They hide these people. They let these ghost people run around terrorizing people off our tax dollars. We don't know who they are. They go blow somebody's brains off. They're part of some white supremacist organization we don't know about. And these police unions are hiding their identities and all that to protect them. No. We need to make a preemptive move to get the names of these folks in every single city. We need the names of these people. We need the names of these people. That has been a problem. We need the names of these police union heads. We need the names of every officer in your city. Some of y'all need to have a list of all the officers in your city so that you can investigate. We clearly see that they've been infiltrated by white supremacists. Many of them are very dangerous. They're not following the Constitution. So it's up to us to police the communities. It's up to us to police these communities ourselves. And we need to know, because the government, they're not doing a good job screening these people. Okay? We need to know who they are. We need to know exactly who they are. I see we got some agents up in the room already. We need to know who they are. A lot of your problems will be solved by knowing who's in your community. See, when you get these people out of hiding, see, that's going to make them more cautious from doing all of this slick stuff. So we got to get these old mammies and all these people out the mix. And family, we got to start watching out for our kids. See, this thing where we got these kids out here just being raised willy-nilly, kid staying with his grandma, and grandma don't know what to do, so she's going to call the race soldiers because grandma low-key looking for a little payout so she can go on a cruise somewhere before she die. Yeah, grandma trying to get her little settlement so she can go on a cruise before she die. She ain't been on no cruise yet. Her little unruly grandson gonna get him offed. This was in Atlanta earlier. You had a bunch of mammies out here praying. This was in Atlanta earlier today. They out here praying at the protest. Hold on.
Deliverance Life Center in College Park. What made you want to come out here? Because they want to come out and I really want to come out and let the people know that we're supporting them on that peace of the city. Two troopers approached them and thanked them for their prayers.
Lord, we thank you for protecting their lives. We thank you, Father God, that they will not be in harm's way.
Yeah, we out here just to let them know we love them and we stand with them.
Okay, you got a bunch of mammies out there praying for the police. Oh, I bless you, Father God. These are niggas who are ready to get back on the plantation. Some of these mammies and Sambos gotta go. They're out here praying to the police. And these police are working with law enforcement groups, but you got these mammies out here with that fake prayer. That's them submitting, all right? That's them saying they can't twerk, okay? They're too old to twerk. They're too old to twerk. So praying is the next level of twerking. When you can't twerk for your enemy, you pray for your enemy, see? They're just letting them know these are sudden ways. This is them saying, okay, we're ready to go back on the plantation, just don't. We're ready to go back on the plantation, just don't hurt me, massa. No, that type of stuff ain't cutting it no more. That ain't cutting it no more. You dig? And I don't know what city this was. I played this the other day. See, you got dudes out here while the white supremacists got guns and rocket launchers and pipe bombs. This is what we got out here. This is what we got. You got niggas praying, dudes out here busting open bussy, and the white supremacists are running around here armed. The white supremacists are running around here armed and strapped, and this is what we got out here. That's what we got. Yeah? Negroes are plantation ready. Family, some of y'all follow me on Twitter. I didn't post this on Instagram. It was way too disturbing. Oh, it's so disturbing. And I really didn't post it. I just retweeted it. Somebody else posted it. In New York at the subway, there were two dudes. There was a dude who looked like a thug nigga with his pants down getting his pussy ate by another man. I'm not going to post it here. This nigga they all looking around, and this nigga's at the subway getting his pussy ate by a dude And they're in New York somewhere. Niggas, and I hope these niggas are not FBA. They might be non-FBA doing that type of shit, doing that type of stuff, but this is captivity behavior. Niggas are just doing stuff that you do when you're in captivity, just doing anything. No, I'm not even lying, and I can't show it here. Y'all got to go to my Twitter to see it. This is captivity behavior. I mean, this nigga was eating pussy like trail mix. He's eating pussy like it was a Patti LaBelle pie. It was sad. And what's funny, the nigga who was eating the pussy got up from eating pussy and then put on a COVID mask. Nigga. No, nigga, you know. The nigga put on a mask. But no, nigga, you done ate all the germs. You don't need a mask no more, nigga. You dig? This is the type of silliness and submissive coon nonsense we have. This is why buck breaking is needed. Family, buck breaking is needed more than ever now. We got too many buck broken niggas out here. We're going to have to talk about this and deal with this thing. Family, buck breaking is needed more than ever at this point. You understand? While niggas are eating pussy, you got white folks all over the country in these long lines at gun stores, at sporting outdoor stores, getting guns. I've been getting pictures like this all over the country. Long lines of white people getting guns and niggas in the subway eating pussy. Come on. Come on, man. Listen, these folks are on code. Let me show y'all a clip of something real quick. This white woman who was talking shit, this racist white woman down in Florida, speaking of masks, she didn't want to wear a mask. So there was a black officer who had her, about to arrest her. He detained her, so she's yelling at him and yelling at him. So he had to basically wait until the white officer came. He had to wait until the white officer came before they actually arrested this white woman. And I want y'all to notice what this white woman said to the white cop. She whispered something to the white cop. Like, you should be ashamed of yourself. Like, how dare you be off code? Now look at this. Look at this.
This is so illegal. You take your hands off of me, sir. I am not a criminal. I've done nothing wrong. I'm asking you to get your hand off of me. I'm asking you to take your hand off of me. I'm asking you to take your hand off of me. 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 I don't want your hand off of me. You're violating my personhood. I have my First Amendment rights. Look at this. You get this? You get this? I'm asking him to take his hand off of me. He has no right to kidnap me. This is kidnapping. You are. Let go of me. Let go of me. I'm happy to step out. This is because the police department are ignorant of the constitutional rights. This is why this man has his hand on me. And he's on my personhood. And I have the right to protect my personhood. No, sir. Take your hand off of me. Take your hand off. Don't steal my purse. Now he's stealing my purse.
Stealing her purse. Listen to all the little code words she's trying to use, and then she does a little rape scream later. But look.
I have done nothing wrong. Take a picture of these guys. Get their names. Get their names.
Listen.
Can I get a badge on you, please? Can I get a badge on you? You get all this? You see this? This is illegal. I don't see no badge on you. Shame on you. Shame on you.
Look how she's whispering to him. Shame on you. Shame on you. Look at you see that how she's getting on code? Shame on you. To the white cop. To the white cop. She did say it to the black cop. Shame on you. You're not supposed to be. We're supposed to be on code. That's what she's saying. We're supposed to be on code. Shame on you. You don't supposed to join this nigger in harming me. Shame on you for being off code. That's what she's saying to him. See, white people understand white supremacy, white benefits, and white privileges. Don't let them play dumb. They understand that against the Negro, they're supposed to both be on the white supremacist code. Just like, well, see, they get real when it comes to the police. See, they immediately stop all the pretext and all that. Look, we need to be on code now. If I'm about to be punished, no. We're white. Come on now. Just like First 48. Remember that scene, that famous scene from First 48? That the white boy got behind in the interrogation room? He just got all the way on the white supremacist code. Look, I'm not a gangbanger. I'm a white boy like you. Me and you are white. I'm a white boy like me and you. It was a black cop interrogating the white kid. No. I'm white like him. I'm not a gangbanger. I don't mess with those people. I just want to be white like you. Wink, wink, wink. White people are not dumb when it comes to racism and the benefits and the privileges. They play dumb around you. They're not dumb at all. Hold on. She's like, I want to be a white woman. Hold on. Shame on you. Oh, I love that. Hold on.
Shame on you. Shame on you. Shame on you. Let go of me. Shame on you. Let go of my purse. Are you filming this, sweetheart? Are you filming this, sweetheart? Stop it! You cannot harass me. I've done nothing illegal. I have done nothing illegal. Stop it. Stop it. Ow!
Yeah, so you saw she did the little rape cry. Oh, she did. You saw the little rape cry she tried to do, like she was being sexually assaulted. They love doing that. If they get tamed by a Negro, they do the rape cry. Ah! I felt something on my pussy. Ah! Oh, she tried to do the rape cry. The Negro is doing something to my vajayjay. Ah! I felt his cock. Ah! I felt the big black cock on my backside. Ah! She gonna do the rape cry. Stop. Bless her heart with a little cheetah skin suit. But boy, they get on code heavy, boy. Oh, crazy Karen. That's a Susan. You know? Hilarious. But yeah, they get on code heavy, man. Don't you be fooled. They get on code real fast. You know? But yeah, bug breaking. We didn't show bug breaking tonight. Some people are coming in asking about the bug breaking trailer. The bug breaking trailer will be out next week. We're showing it next week. Oh yeah, she's doing. You notice that she was doing all the stereotypes. He's trying to steal my purse. He's trying to mug me. Get your hands off me, sir. Your cock is going down my bloomers. Come on. Oh, she was doing all the little rapey code words with the black cop. Oh, stop it. Lord. Man. But yeah, they know the code. They're very familiar with the code. They're all aware of the code. But yeah, family, like I said, it's very important that bug breaking comes out now. Bug breaking is very important right now. I mean, we need this thing more than ever. Guys, did y'all see the video of, and this is very disturbing. This is one of the things that made me want to move this thing up. And I can't wait till the movie come out, man. This right here, this white MAGA dude was talking about the people. He's upset because they're being called out for being white supremacist. This is why you got to use the word. Stop being afraid. So for a long time, black people were afraid of using the word white supremacy, the term. Black people were afraid. Why? Because you knew white people wouldn't like it. See, black people have to tiptoe and dance around and do things to not make white people angry. I don't give a shit. That's why I say it over and over again. I don't give a damn, because I'm not trying to get white approval. And a lot of black folks, we got to really acknowledge the fact that a lot of black folks do things to get white approval. A lot of black folks do a lot of things just so it can please white people. Hit the thumbs up button, please. Everybody hit that thumbs up button while you're in here. We got a lot of folks in here. We almost got 10,000. Hit that thumbs up button because we're in here heavy. But it's important to call things what they are, because these white supremacists know what they are. They know what they're doing. Don't let them run games. Don't play their game. You have to take the initiative, and you have to call what's going on out here. You understand? We got too many black people out here who are leaving it up to the white supremacists to dictate the narrative, and that's a no-no. You dig? A lot of black people are afraid of white supremacist society. They're afraid of the white LGBT community too, especially in Hollywood, because a lot of black people in Hollywood are dependent upon the white LGBT community for jobs. A lot of them are producers and directors and casting agents out here in Hollywood. So a lot of people in the industry and who are in the media, they're not going to say anything critical of the white LGBT community. Damn that. We don't sit up and let them get away with their intrinsic racism. The white LGBT community's racism has been horrific. I'm not giving them a pass. I'm the only person that will go after the white LGBT community's racism with no fucking fear. Because I ain't looking for no damn job from them. I ain't playing no games with them. The white LGBT community for years protected the Ed Bucks of the world. Damn that. Y'all ain't getting no pass because y'all sit up and act like an aggrieved minority and latch on to us while you're practicing the same anti-black racism. You're going to get this work too. You understand? That's why we're buck breaking. We're going somewhere where nobody is going. We're going somewhere where nobody has gone. We're calling out their historic racism. This is a heavy piece that we doing, guys. You dig? I can't wait till y'all see the trailer next week. It's going to be a conversation starter. But family, one thing we talk about in buck breaking is stuff like this. We talk about stuff like this.
So for all you people out there that think President Trump and his supporters are racist, this is my son. This is my son. I love you.
Love you.
So next time you want to talk crazy about Trump and his supporters, think about this. Who's our president, CJ?
Donald Trump.
Who do we like, Trump or Biden?
Trump.
That's right. So whether you like Trump or hate Trump, just know that this is a representation of Trump. People that love each other, people that love our country, people that want to see America great, people that like our freedoms. So next time you guys want to put nasty stuff on Trump supporters, just remember this. Father and son. Love you.
Love you.
All right. Have a good one.
Man.
So for all you people out.
Oh, wow. Wow, man. Dude. Family. First of all, white people, let me tell you something. Using your adopted children to act as a cover for your racism is inherently racist within itself. Using black children to try to mask your racism is within itself racist as hell. That's number one. You adopting a black child doesn't make you non-racist. White slave owners had black children that were naturally their children, and they put them out there on the damn plantation. White people have always had black children somewhere and treated them just like everybody else, and these white people still maintain white supremacy. You having a black adopted child, hell, you as a white person having a biological black child don't mean a damn thing about your racism. Let's be very clear on that. Parading your black kids or your black significant other, a few of these mammies, these Proud Boys, are married to bedwenches. That don't mean nothing. And they were out there throwing up the OK sign, engaging in white supremacist terrorism. That means nothing. That's showing me that you're even more racist than what we thought. Secondly, guys, that child looked terrified. When you look in that kid's eyes, I want you to just watch that video again. That kid, his eyes are telling everything. That kid was terrified. That child is traumatized. That child almost sounds like a robotic hostage. Hey son, who do you like? Trump. Who don't you like? Biden. Love you, son. Love you. That was sad, man. This kid is being traumatized. And I've seen some Negroes sit up and defend this. I've seen Negroes sit up talking about, well, y'all niggas, man, y'all black folks don't want to be adopting black kids, so the white folks got him. You better be glad that he got a good home. Let me tell you something. Coon niggas. In the 70s, they started this whole different strokes narrative to fool black people into believing that living with white folks is something great. That's that whole different strokes thing where black folks from the hood, you get adopted by rich white folks and you get to live the big life. That Emmanuel Lewis, Gary Coleman bullshit that they started in the 70s and 80s, and niggas have been going for that ever since. Family, these situations are not like different strokes and whatever that show Emmanuel Lewis was on. I forgot the name of that show. It ain't that situation. These adopted black children are damn near all of them are traumatized, abused, raped. I've seen nothing but traumatic experiences from these black kids being adopted by white families. A lot of these white people adopt these black children just for the purpose of abuse. Let me tell you something. First of all, the adoption game is a money racket. There's a lot of money in adopting people, putting these kids in the system. There's a lot of money in that, dude. I found out there's a gang of money that trickles down to these case workers. Oh man, there's a lot of money to the health workers. There's a lot of money in that adoption game. Getting these kids in a system that you don't give a damn about. There's a lot of money in that. Let me tell you something. Black people in general, we don't give our children up for adoption, but they take our children from us for little reasons. Now, maybe the mom or somebody might have been on the narcotic, but the thing is, usually in black families, there's other black family members who will take care of the children. So for black children to get into the adoption system or foster homes or whatever, it's really, a lot of times it's unnecessary. They make it very difficult for the biological family of these children to get them. I know for a fact, the Hart family, those kids, those black kids who got adopted by those two white lesbians who ended up killing them. I talked about that for a long time. They were buck breaking those children. Those white women were abusing those children left and right. The system didn't do a damn thing about it. Child Protective Services didn't do anything about those kids being abused. See, that's the thing. White people get to traumatize these babies, abuse them. Child Protective Services don't do a damn thing. They're on the white supremacist code. Those kids who got killed by those 2 white lesbians, when you look at the history, they were getting reported all the time. That's why those white women kept moving. They kept moving from city to city. When they get reported, they just move somewhere else. They ended up killing the kids because so many people kept reporting the abuse of those babies. Those children were running to neighbors trying to get food. It was horrible. So the authorities were actually finally closing in on those women, and they just killed everybody. The family of those children were trying to get custody of them. Even though the mother, I think the mother was on drugs or whatever, the other family members were trying to get those babies, but the system wouldn't let them get them. The child protective system, they were holding the family away from getting the babies. Why? Ain't no money in that. See, they want those children in the system. There's money in it. Everybody gets their little kickbacks. It's another form of slavery. So black folks, understand that when you start with black folks, stop with that, because we don't really let our children go into adoption like that. We don't give our children up like that. We really don't. We got family members. Somebody in the family is going to take you in for the most part. And I can speak for Foundation of Black Americans. I can say that as far as our culture, we'll take people's, your cousin. We've always done that. Your mama on drugs, your cousin on drugs. Come live with grandma. Come live with your aunt. Come live with your sister. Come live with your cousin. We look out for the fucking family. A lot of these people who come from these immigrant backgrounds, now we got to look at that shit too. Yeah, we got to look at a lot of the shit that you see. A lot of these kids who are in adoption agencies and all that, a lot of them do come from immigrant backgrounds. A lot of these kids who be going into foster care, like Tiffany Haddish was in the foster care system and all that for a minute. But remember, Tiffany Haddish's family is Eritrean. Yeah? So I don't know if that had something to do with it. I don't know. But whenever I see that, these are people who come from other type of backgrounds. You dig? We'll take our families in, even if we don't like your ass. That's our cousin. Come on, nigga. Sleep in there and don't piss on the toilet, nigga. We'll take our family members in. You know? Yeah, we don't let our children go. Foundation of Black Americans, we don't really let our kids go into adoption like that. Somebody in the family is going to be like, oh, no. Yeah? So when they get a kid like that, boy, they browbeat them and they program them. Yeah, Tiffany Haddish is Eritrean. A lot of folks don't know that. Yeah. Her part of her family is Eritrean. Yeah. Yeah. But there's money in that stuff, dude. There is money in that. And boy, those black kids are in danger. Now, they'll take the kid from the black family at the drop of a hat. But all time, like this kid in this video, you can see this kid has been abused, giving them robotic answers. Yeah, he's going to sit up there and agree with what you're saying with him. Yeah, what if he says no? Can you imagine what you're going to do to this kid if he disagreed with your ass and he's sitting in the house with a damn suspected white supremacist adopted dad? And he's a kid who's dependent upon this suspected white supremacist dad for food and water and shelter? Man, please. Yeah? So this type of stuff is what we're talking about in Buck Breaking. We're talking about that in the movie as well. Yeah? We're talking about that as well. We're getting deep, guys. It's a conversation that really needs to be had. Yeah? So we got to understand that part of the game. and all of these bootlicks out here. See, right there, he's creating the next Sheriff Clark. Just imagine this kid in the next 10 years. He looked like he's about 9 or 10 right there. Just imagine this kid in about 10 years. My God. Just imagine this kid in about 10 years. That's going to be the next Terrence, that dude, that MAGA coon. That's going to be the next Sheriff Clark. Man. But we got to understand, guys, a lot of people are sent in to undermine us. So we got to, this is why it's important for us to differentiate between us and tethers who come through and people who try to represent us. We got to understand, we just can't let everybody represent us, because we got too many people who have more of a camaraderie with immigrant groups who will try to come around us and undermine us. You understand? And black folks, see, we have to change the narrative of a lot of things that we've been told. See, we've been told so many lies over and over again. We start accepting the lies. See, that's the thing is with lies. When people have to repeat lies over and over again, you got to repeat things over and over again to make it true. Sometimes. You know? And black folks, we're told that we got to latch on to other groups. We got to have some kind of multiracial family camaraderie with everybody else because we don't have a culture. We came from somewhere else and we don't know where we came from and all that bullshit. That's garbage. Family, we are foundational black Americans. Our lineage is on this land as well as some parts of Africa. But for the most part, we got to really, this has to be really driven home. Foundational black Americans, our lineage goes to this land thousands of years because we've been here on this land longer than everybody. See, we got to tell the narrative and tell it truthfully. See, they have us thinking that all of us jumped off a damn ship. We were all pulled off ships in slavery, and they had the Mongolian Native Americans here and then the white people here, and we're just guests. No. This is our shit. This is our home. The lie that we don't have culture, that's another lie that people like to tell. Family, whenever somebody tries to say that foundational black Americans do not have a culture, what the hell is other people's culture? Let me know what other people's culture is. What the hell is their culture? Especially if they come here. What's your culture besides fleeing? I'm on the motherfucker's ass when y'all start talking greasy about foundational black Americans and culture. Oh, I wish you would talk that around me. I'm going to hit you with your history. They know who to talk that nonsense to and who not to talk it to. Oh, you're not going to come over here talking that. Your culture is a culture of running. You understand? We are mixed in with the Aboriginal people who were here for thousands of years, the black Aboriginal people. We got to understand that part of the game. They've told us that the Native Americans were these Mongolian red-skinned people. That's not all who was over here. There were black Aboriginal people here for thousands of years. We are a part of that as well as foundational black Americans. We ain't never ran. And like I said, foundational black Americans are the culture. The problem is we share our culture with everybody, and then we allow other people to take over and own our cultures. We are the culture. Family, the food cultivation over here, a lot of it came from foundational black Americans. Over here in the Americas, hell, the cultivation of wheat was a black man who was a Moor who came over with the Spanish. It was a black man down in Central America, who was the first person to cultivate wheat over here. Family, it was foundational black Americans settling a lot of towns and cities around this land. Estevanico and all of these people. Black man settled Buffalo. Black man settled Chicago. Black people settled Oregon, to be truthful. It was black trappers who went out there settling Oregon. Black people settled Los Angeles. The first mayor, quote unquote, of the Pueblo of Los Angeles was Adobe. Was Ray's. What's Ray's first name? What the fuck? I can't think of Ray's first name. His last name is Reyes, the black dude who was down there in Mexico working for the Spanish crown. I can't think of Ray's last name. We've settled so many cities around the country. Almost every music culture we created over here. We are the culture. Almost every single music culture we created. We created many of the dance cultures. We are the culture of sports. Foundational black Americans are the culture. It was foundational black Americans, speaking of the West, it was foundational black Americans who expanded, who helped expand the country to the West, who was settling all of these places. It was the black Seminoles and all these people that was helping the government deal with some of the hostile Mongolian Native American tribes. You dig? And the original Californians, the Aboriginal Californians, were jet black people. Yeah? Francisco Reyes, that's his name. I forgot, for some reason I was drawing a blank. Francisco Reyes, that's his name. He was the first mayor. He was a black dude. Francisco Reyes, there's a street called Reyes Adobes Road where they have the little ranch that he had. Yeah? Family, we are the culture. You look at a lot of stuff that has gone on, we created it. It was just co-opted by everybody. They co-opted it. Because see, black people, we're so creative. We just create stuff and we'll give you, we'll create something else tomorrow. That's just how we get down. It was black people who were doing the numbers policy game, which ended up being turned into the lottery system that we know now. That was black people doing the numbers game. They saw that black people were doing the number running and black people were making so much money. Bumpy Johnson, the Jones brothers out of Chicago, they saw these black men making all these millions of dollars. The white mafia said, hey, we got to get in on some of this. We created a lot of stuff that just gets taken. I won't even go into just inventions. We've talked about that in the Hidden Colors films. We've talked about some of the inventions that were just stolen from black people, especially Thomas Edison would just take nigga stuff. Hell, Madam C.J. Walker, that's another one. Direct marketing as we know it came from Madam C.J. Walker. Direct marketing as we know it. Like Avon, Amway, Herbalife, all of that stuff where you have different groups of people selling directly to folks and you have different tiers of people selling, that came from Madam C.J. Walker. See, we don't give credit where credit is due. We have to know history. Lewis Latimer, all these people, these brilliant, Gainful T. Woods, all of these brilliant inventors that just had their stuff stolen. You dig? Family, even the free lunch program that you have in school, that was started by the Black Panthers. Nobody was doing no damn free lunch programs. It was the Black Panthers that came up with the concept of getting community money together to give children free lunches and free breakfast programs in the morning before they went to school. The school systems got that directly from the Black Panthers. We are the damn culture. You understand? We've created so much stuff, we just give it up. We don't have to go into George Washington Carver and all the things that he contributed. Family, even the concept of independent filmmaking. And I'm an independent filmmaker. Some people say I'm one of the most successful real independent filmmakers. I'm a real independent filmmaker because I don't depend on any studio money at all. But the independent filmmaking game was started really by a black dude named Oscar Micheaux. He was a very successful black independent filmmaker. At the time, you had white major studios owning all the movie stuff. They had a monopoly on the movie industry. The white studios had a monopoly on the movie industry. That's why they had the McCarthy hearings and all that stuff, because they were getting too powerful. They had to bust that up. So other white people, if you weren't a part of Universal, MGM and all that, if you weren't a part of that family, you weren't even in the game, even if you were white. Even if you were white, you couldn't get in the game. It was Oscar Micheaux who he knew he wasn't about to get into that whole, he wasn't about to get clicked up with the Universal and all those big guys. He was the one who started to go around the country with independent films, renting out venues and four-walling places all over the country. That's where I get the game from. That's how we do. We go to independent film companies or independent theaters and even major chains and do deals with them so we can get our films done without having to go through the Hollywood system. Yeah? Oscar Micheaux started that type of game, the independent film game. Yeah? So we got to understand, we are the culture. We understand we are the culture, and we got to embrace that. Yeah? And what we're doing now, family, we're working as a grassroots media apparatus. And when we report things and we talk about what's going on out here, we're controlling the narrative. We're not getting the narrative from the top down. The narrative now, because enough of us are on code on the grassroots, which is very important. That's very important that enough of us on a grassroots level are on code, controlling the narrative. This is going to make the rest of society get on our narrative, get on our wave. So when we see a group of people throwing up certain hand signals, we're not going to sit up here and give them a pass by calling them right-wing extremists. No, that's a damn white supremacist. Okay? We're not going to sit up here and not say anything when these white supremacists are adopting black kids. No, that kid is being buck broken. We're going to talk about that. You understand? We're not going to get no orders from them and trickle the orders down from the dominant society to you, which is what most of these bootlicks do, these boule bootlicks in particular. Speaking of which, and I try, listen, family, I don't like to be petty about certain things. I really don't. I don't like to be petty. I don't like to bully people. And I really don't like roasting people all the time. And I try not to be petty. I really do. I try not to be. I try to have a positive outlook on things. I like to give positive instructions about certain things. I really do. I really do. I really do. But when you have this type of shit right here with Roland Martin, he keeps putting up pictures like this, stuff like this. You know, when you have stuff like this, and I try my best. I really try my best, guys. I really try my best, and oh God, just soak it in. This nigga's looking like a human Happy Meal. See, stuff like this, the white The white supremacists, they like their bootlicks like this. They like this because you can control this. Okay? This is a nigga you can control. Okay? I heard of Yo Gabba Gabba, but not Yo Flabba Flabba. This is Yo Flabba Flabba right here. Okay? This nigga looks like a big bottle of mustard. Stuff like this, I try not to be petty, but if you got on this right here, you know, you look like a big swole grapefruit, I gotta say something. You know, they like this. Is this your king? Is this who you're getting your media from? Are you gonna get reliable media from this, family? This nigga looks like a stunt double for Winnie the Pooh. Are you going to get your media information from this right here? Are you going to get some real pertinent information from this nigga right here? No, you're not. You're not going to get good information from this nigga right here. This nigga looks like a bowl of butter squash with feet. You're just not going to get any good information from this. This nigga's out here thirst trapping. This nigga done drank 1 bottle of muscle milk. Now he's out here flexing. This nigga done lifted 3 pounds, and now this nigga's out here showing his guns. Okay, Roland. Okay, nigga. You know, I try not to go in on Roland. Yeah, this nigga look like he's Bulk Hogan. Not Hulk Hogan, he's Bulk Hogan. Right here. This is Bulk Hogan. He's a bulk of nigga. Okay? But this is your guy right here. This is your guy. You can't rely on that, guys. You just can't rely on that. You cannot rely on that at all. Nigga. I try not to be petty. I really try. But, I mean, the dude, if you keep coming out looking like this, ladies and gentlemen, you just can't. If you keep coming out looking like this, looking like a canary with diabetes, I just got to get you. Okay? I just got to get you. My God. Oh, God. No, I'm not going to, let's get off Bulk Hogan for a minute, all right? Anyway, let me get out of here, guys. That's been today's episode of Tariq Radio. Anyway, guys, go to ogoonjuice.com. Go to ogoonjuice.com, get the pepper spray. Go to officialfba.com. Family, don't forget, get your FBA bandanas. Get your FBA bandanas, ladies and gentlemen. Get your FBA bandanas. Bam. Get your FBA flags, officialfba.com. And remember, guys, if you have any important news items, important stories that's very relevant, especially with pictures, you got to send pictures. Email media tips to fbamedia@protonmail.com, ladies and gentlemen. All right, y'all, I'm out of here, man. Y'all have a prosperous week. Respect and blessings